To all who come to this happy place,
Welcome.
welcome.
Well, come in.
Let's put on the show.
Your cadaverous pallor
Aloha.
betrays an aura of foreboding.
Hang on to them hats and glasses.
And now,
Ladies and gentlemen,
Remain seated, please. Permanecer sentados, por favor.
From all of us to all of you, a very Merry Christmas. For on this bright and joyful night, we're glad to have you with us. So gather round the lovely tree where all the lights are shining. You'll see how happy we will be while all the bells are chiming.
It's Christmas!
Still!
Christmas time is upon us. Fire up those roast beasts.
Grab your coats.
Why, is it cold outside?
I'm glad you two amuse each other so much.
All right, what are we talking about today?
We're going to finish up our holiday coverage in the parks by talking about the food options that you have at the Disneyland Resort.
Food options, huh?
Sure, you know, Disneyland Resort has every year and more increasingly these days crafted themed treats for the season. So for Halloween, we got a bunch of treats, and you get all these books and maps that tell you where all the treats are, and all the influencers want to take photos.
Which they didn't do. They didn't make like a holiday food guide like they did for Halloween time. And I really wish they had.
Well, we also have over at Disney California Adventure Park the Festival of Holidays, as well as the special menu over at the, what are they calling it? It's not the Mediterranean Grill anymore.
It's called the Garden Grill. I think Paradise Garden Grill.
Paradise Garden Grill, yeah. Mm-hmm. So they have a special menu there for the holidays as well, and we're here to talk about it.
So I realize we never introduced ourselves.
This is Robert.
This is David.
This is Susie.
And this is Inthia.
Hi, everybody. So let's start with Festival of the Holidays over at Disney California Adventure. Much like the Food and Wine Festival, these are temporary booths that are set up. You can grab yourself a sort of passport. Are they calling it a passport?
Mm-hmm.
And you can try all different foods that celebrate Christmas, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, and all the things. So let's start.
Real quick, we'll run down some quick facts about the Festival of Holidays. It's called a tasting passport. It's Festival of Holidays, no the.
Way to go,
I think
Robert.
at Epcot it's called Festival of the Holidays.
Interesting. And so that was going to be my question: is do they do this at Epcot?
They do.
Oh,
yeah.
Epcot.
And this year it's running through January 8th of 2019. That's all I wanted to cover.
There are 12 booths that line pretty much like the main thoroughfare that goes through California Adventure.
And they cut out the Hollywood backlot.
I was going to
booths.
say they used to.
But
yeah,
they
I have it
added
back there.
booths that go back now toward the Viva Nava. It feels like there's... Oh, no. It's in the Redwood Trail by Grizzly River Run. There's a booth there that's no longer.
But I think that was there before.
Yeah, I think so. You know what I'm thinking, though? The Food and Wine Festival is significantly larger and does go into that back area. I don't think Festival of the Holidays has gone into the Hollywood area.
I don't think so either.
I think it's just stayed in that main
Okay.
area by the lagoon and the pier and everything. But I don't think it's gone that far back. But I think because they're within a few months of each other, it kind of
even
runs
closer
through.
at Epcot. Like, is there even a gap time between?
There is.
Maybe like
A few
2 weeks.
Yeah. Do they even take the booths away? Like,
Probably not. They just redress
it's just
them.
we're closed right now.
But yeah, there's 12 different booths at the Festival of the Holidays.
Almost like the 12 days of Christmas. So should we just start 1 through 12?
At the first booth, what do they offer?
Brews and bites. Admittedly, we did not partake in this booth.
We did. We had the queso fundido.
Yes, we
How
did.
was that?
It was delicious.
Yeah.
Delicioso.
Well, what do they offer at that booth?
Brews and bites.
I mean, is there a list? Can you list?
Oh, literally the queso fundido and then like beer.
Yeah.
Don't laugh off mic.
People need to know you're laughing. Stop that
It's just
laugh.
a fade of laughing. It's like,
So yeah, we had the queso.
I did want it, but I don't think we had a reason or time to go. But yeah, it sounds good.
It did have a long line all the time.
it actually moved really fast.
That's because people want their beer.
And I will say that
We should go back. There's a chocolate cookie milk stout.
I know I was eyeballing the flights that they had.
Chocolate cookie milk stout or chocolate milk cookies?
Chocolate
cookie
milk
stout.
stout. I know
Legends
how to read.
Brewery
That
makes
sounds
it.
weird.
Cookies galore.
What else did you guys have?
From that booth, and that's all
it?
we had was the
Okay.
queso fondue though.
So no brews.
No brews, but I will say that the queso was very spicy, actually, or not very spicy, but it was spicier than Disneyland usually is.
Okay.
I have to agree.
I think this is a running theme. We're not there. I don't mean to jump ahead, but there is something that I really liked. But boy, was it spicy. And I enjoy spice. Like David and I were like,
Oh, I'm interested to find out what it was.
gonna go ahead and need a glass of milk with this, please.
Okay. Oh.
To find out
I'm
what hurt the
intrigued.
park's tongues, stay tuned.
Okay.
But yeah, I felt that it's also was a really good value for I think it was like I don't know. We ended up doing the sip and
We should
savor pass.
talk about that. Yeah.
Which is $49
Which
for
is-
annual pass holders.
Yeah, and really you should spend it. The lowest that anything should be that you spend it on is $6.50.
$6.50. Yeah, that's what we did the math on.
So-
they raised the price. It's like $10 more. I feel like than it was last year.
Or I think it was 45 at Food and Wine
well,
this year.
a few more dollars.
So for $49, you could get a lanyard that has tabs on it, so you're prepaying for everything.
Yeah.
How many tabs come with it?
8 tabs.
8.
8 tabs. So you could pull off a tab and get whatever you want with it.
Yeah.
And it seemed to make the most sense. It sounds like everyone here did this. That whatever you used it on would be $6.50 or more. So there are things at the booths that are not necessarily at that price point or above. So those things you may just want to pay out of pocket, like a small cookie, and this is the other thing to note. It's not you're not able to use it on alcoholic beverages.
Yeah.
Unfortunately. Womp womp.
I will say, I don't know. Well, I guess it was based on the menu. I felt that I got the most use out of the sip and savor for food and wine. And this one, there were more things I was looking forward to eating at food and wine. And here, like, we knocked out a bunch of stuff that we wanted to eat. And we still had like 2 tabs at the end that we could use on anything, and that kind of like pushed us to eat some things that we normally would have just been like, okay, but I'm not going to spend the money on that.
Like the queso.
But we didn't like the queso, and honestly, that pumpkin soup,
Which was good.
which was so delicious. But I just, I was like, well, it was on my radar, but it wasn't a priority.
Do you buy 2 passes or do you share?
We share. It's the only way I think we could get through tasting a lot of it. So we're strategic. We have like a light breakfast. We got there early, and then from there we just buy one of everything and share it. So we're good for a little bit, and then we'll go back and have a little bit more.
I think we had In-N-Out and then did it.
Yeah, we did have In-N-Out, but then it was our dinner was eating all of those things.
Exactly. Yeah.
All right. So what's the next booth called?
Next booth is called Favorite Things.
Now, what do they have on their menu?
They have the holiday ham shanks with brown sugar pineapple glaze. And they have the Reuben potato tots with Russian dressing and rye toast.
We had both of those.
We did not have either of those.
We didn't have either of those, but I did have from the beverages. They had an eggnog cocktail as well as a cranberry sangria, which I tried both of them. And both of them were super delicious. And we really lucked out because we got there it was the first night that we went, and we didn't know that they closed at 9. And we got there, we were the last people online. And so they actually, I'm not going to say, they encouraged us to drink as much as we had in our hand and then refilled it.
Nice.
It was very
Because it
lovely.
was near the end of
Because
the
we
night,
were the
yeah.
last ones
really
in
great.
line,
Yeah,
and
I
they
do
were
think
like, "We don't
that's
want to throw this
If
away."
you plan on getting there before the end of Festival of Holidays, know that the booths close an hour before park closing, which is usually 9 p.m. Park closes at 10. Booths close at 9. So plan ahead.
Yes.
And accordingly.
Yes, yes, yes.
The holiday ham shank with brown sugar pineapple glaze was delish. I mean, really, both of them were pretty good.
Yeah.
We did not have any of the beverages.
Does
We
shank
did,
does shank mean it comes with bone?
It does.
It did come
Small
with a bone.
Yeah. But it was really good.
I think there was a cherry on top, too.
Wasn't there pineapple on it? Mm-hmm. Oh,
And then-
in
Were there
the name.
cloves in it?
I don't think they were closed.
If there were,
It was part of the
we
glaze,
can
if
look at the picture. It was light enough that it did not overpower or like take away.
Yeah.
It was really good.
And I also really liked the Reuben potato tots.
I was very confused because, as we've talked about before, at Walt Disney World, they don't call them tater tots, they call them potato barrels, which we assume because tater tots is the brand. Now
Oh.
here, they call them potato tots,
Yeah.
which I know is still not the brand, but shouldn't Disney be consistent?
You would think so, but I don't. They have different head chefs, so the head
Yeah, it
chef
seems
probably
like
makes
a-
that call.
So sangria, I have a hard time with. I would like to try it, but I just sometimes when I drink red wine, I get headaches, and so I'm always a little nervous. If it's a red wine based, which typically
Stop
sangria
whining
is.
about the wine.
You are on one tonight.
Robert Weininger over here.
But anyway, I'd be interested in having them. I think it is hard for us to kind of like. I feel like we always go for the food first, and then we're like, well, if something
Yeah.
grabs us, we'll do the alcohol.
Mm-hmm.
But the next booth is holiday duets.
Now, I
That's
will
my
s-
impression of Robert.
I will say real quick about the booths, which I thought was interesting. They tell you on the top what the food items are celebrating. Like it'll say Christmas, Hanukkah, and Kwanzaa. If there isn't something that is meant for Hanukkah, the sign wouldn't be up there.
I'm sorry. Christmas and Navidad are the exact same thing.
Well, I guess from their point of view, it's cultural, right?
Okay.
Yeah, but yes, I mean, that
I guess
is
not like
really-
in
It
my
is.
house and
It
in Los
is.
Angeles.
Yeah, no, you're right.
But, okay, I was like, what?
I mean, we did not talk about Diwali. Who's gonna tackle that one?
It's Diwali.
I mean, if you want, we can, or we can just
I
sort
mean,
of address
the
it.
chorizo was Navidad,
Avi.
and the ham shanks fall under,
Christmas.
and the Reuben potato tots with Russian dressing and rye toast.
That's Hanukkah.
Jeez. Alrighty.
So we've covered
So-
some, and now we're at holiday duets.
Yes, we're at holiday duets. So the food offerings are a Navidad curry cauliflower soup and braised lamb and mint churri option, shrimp and grits with andouille sausage, which is a Kwanzaa dish, and holiday Mickey and Minnie cookies, which is a Christmas dish.
I remember seeing the cookies, but I don't remember
We
the
got
other
the
two
cookies.
items.
We didn't
didn't
stop
get
at
any
that
of those,
booth,
no.
no, but I was eyeballing the curry cauliflower soup.
Oh, no, I do remember because I was wondering if they made it in a hurry because then they
Oh
could
my
have had
gosh.
curry in a hurry.
It's like 4 years of the same joke.
We had the shrimp and grits
I
with the
loved-
sausage, and it was good. And David does not like
Shrimp.
or seafood.
I just,
things.
and it's not that I don't like it. I think
You
we've had
don't.
this conversation.
You
I don't
don't
get
like
it.
it.
I don't get the hype.
So you don't like it.
About
But
any
it's-
seafood?
I don't like eat it and gag. You know what I mean? It's not. I
But
don't have
you
a
don't
distaste
like
for
it.
I don't like it.
You
Yes.
don't ever go
It's
out of
not
your
your
way to
preference.
order it.
Yes. Yeah. If somebody's like, "Oh, come over and we're having the best lobster or something," or like crab legs and all this stuff, I'll eat it. That's fine. That does not excite me at all. So
Lobster excites me.
I don't get it. It's fine, I guess.
I wish we had gotten the curry cauliflower soup, but that's hard for. This is one of those times where it's hard because we share
Yeah.
things. Again, David is not usually a fan of things curried.
I'm not a
so,
curryman.
Oh, me either. I don't
Yeah,
like it.
so it's like something you and I have to apparently go and do because
Anybody have any tabs left
Yeah.
over? You guys can go and
we
enjoy.
went out of our way to finish them.
Yeah.
We also did get the Mickey and Minnie cookies. They're just sugar cookies, really cute, decorative frosting. Those were Wes's favorite. I would dare to say that I'll speak for him.
Were they freshly made? Were they warm?
Well, they weren't. They seemed fresh.
Do you
But
prefer a sugar cookie like hot out of the oven, or do you prefer it to be cold and harder?
warm.
No, yeah, hot out of the oven.
I like it hot out of the oven too, but with chocolate chip cookies, I prefer that to be
No,
colder.
you're wrong.
Oh, warm chocolate chip
On
cookies
purpose?
are the best.
Well, I mean, I don't mean like cold. I mean just sitting out, like
He
not.
prefers a crispier cookie too.
Yes, I do.
On
Wrong.
purpose?
Yeah.
I don't know why my voice sounds
A
like this.
homemade crispier cookie, crispy on the outside but chewy on the inside.
So I'm looking at the legend
Mm-hmm.
going on here, and they denote if something is gluten-free, vegetarian, vegan,
Oh,
milk-friendly, and kid-friendly. And so the Minnie and Mickey holiday cookies have a little kid next to them
Yes.
that's super smiley. I think that's so cute. Oh, I like that they have it on the beverages.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's so cute.
So we did get the warm peppermint chocolate float, which was good, but it sounds good in theory because it's just this mix of, it's like hot chocolate
With ice cream.
with
in it.
ice cream in it.
Yeah.
And then it's just like, I don't know.
I remember really
feel like it
liking
was
it.
like misrepresented. Like I feel like it should just be hot chocolate. I don't know. It was good. It was good. It was what it was.
And I'm not an IPA man, which is what the beer that they have at that booth. So
spruce tip.
Well, I'm not a beerman.
The next booth is the Making Spirits Bright, which is beverages. So it's all mimosa flights, mimosas.
oh, is this where you saw?
That is so we got the mimosa flight, and so there was a
Same.
couple.
They were all good. What were the flavors?
There was a pomegranate mimosa, a pear mimosa, and a white cranberry mimosa.
My favorite was the pomegranate.
The pomegranate was so good. I thought the white cranberry was super delicious.
Yeah.
The pear one was okay. So we grabbed our mimosas, walked to the side where I made Robert hold it, and then, took some pictures. And there was also a couple that went to the same area that we were in. And I start taking, I'm tasting these mimosas as one does, and Robert is taking a sip, and we're talking about it. And I turn around, and the young lady behind us threw her head back and just down that mimosa. And I was like, I understand that it's a tiny cup, but
You
I
still
don't
sip it.
think this is a
Yeah.
shooting situation. Like, you don't just, it's not. So I thought that was really funny. And I'm not going to guess at their age, but they did look
Older?
younger than us.
Oh, interesting.
So, I don't know what mimosa culture is now.
It's not. They probably they were like mimosa brunch. Woo!
Now, I noticed the flavoring, basically. The non-alcoholic aspect of it was in the cup, and then they poured the wine in. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Is that how you would prepare it if you were making it?
No.
I know they do that for speed of everything, but how would you make your mimosa usually?
My mimosa is usually the champagne or sparkling wine first, filled very heavily, and then
Topped.
just a little.
Yeah, that's how I
smidgen.
would imagine that's how it should be made. But I guess for speed and saving money on wine, maybe. they do it
Yeah.
that way.
Yeah, and champagne can't just sit.
Right.
Yeah.
I would make a mimosa. Like if I had orange juice and champagne, I would pour the champagne and pour the thing. What was the flavoring? Was it a syrup?
I don't know what.
the
there wasn't actual
pomegranate-
cranberry in the cranberry one.
Yeah, the pomegranate one had to have
There
been.
wasn't ours.
Oh, ours had a little floating cranberry in it.
I don't think ours was.
The pomegranate was a syrup. Or it could have been a juice, actually.
When I'm mixing a cocktail, usually I'll put the alcohol first and then top
Yeah,
it
I
with
think
the
most people
soda because it sort of mixes it itself right then.
Right.
Maybe that's what they're going about. But yeah, with mimosas specifically, like if I'm thinking I'm just going to make mimosas on a Sunday, then it's champagne
Like you
and
do.
orange juice. Yeah.
I mean, they just had like a factory situation. They
Yeah.
had all of them stacked, and then they just pour, and go.
Do you go shoe, sock,
Now
shoe?
I noticed one of them seemed to have lots more bubbles than the others. Did you notice that?
Yeah.
Whatever
yeah.
the juice was,
The pomegranate one fizzed up a lot more, so they'd have to wait a little bit.
it was like watching Dr. Jekyll make his potion.
Oh, maybe it was the sugar. Sugar.
They also had various wines there. A Pinot Noir.
I mean, especially at a booth like this, if we didn't get it, no one cares.
Yeah.
Well, even that, like, sparkling wine, great, but it's Chandon. So it's
Right.
like, again, you kind of want either...
You want Martinelli's?
No.
That's right.
No, and I will take it back. I was going to say local, but most of these are local. Well, some of these are local. But yeah, you just want to try stuff that you can't buy it, or you wouldn't buy at like Costco or the grocery store on a normal basis.
Shall we move on to visions of sugar plums?
Yes.
Sweet Dreams and Milk, brought to you by Horizon.
I thought that was so funny how much branding this sponsorship had.
Yeah, this booth in particular, right?
Well, I feel like
this
it's
was
the
very much the
only
Horizon
one.
booth.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
It
Horizon?
was.
What's Horizon?
It's the brand.
organic milk.
And it is really
You'd
good.
recognize it if you
is
saw it.
so
Red
good.
carton.
It's the
Yeah.
one I try to get us to buy, but you're like, I'm not going to spend $5 on milk.
So you'll never know.
Wow.
I should
It's
shop that
until
way.
you
so
try.
I just
good.
grab stuff. Except I did stop myself from grabbing a block of cheese the other day because it was $17.
$17.
I stopped
might not
myself
think.
from
She'll be like,
buying
"How much was that?" I'm like, "I don't know."
trees.
So this is the corporate sponsored booth.
With warm, sticky toffee pudding with butterscotch sauce, white chocolate cranberry blondie, an eggnog wreath eclair with white chocolate icing, all of those brought to you by Christmas, and an horchata fudge, which was sponsored by Navidad.
Sponsored by
They
Navidad.
also have the warm bourbon cider, s'mores, frozen chocolate milk, and Horizon organic low-fat milk.
So we got the horchata fudge, and I had the warm bourbon cider. Technically, I had it from a cart in the
The Redwood Challenge Trail.
yes, the red.
They sell bourbon in there.
Yeah, at
That's
the
amazing.
cart that I got Wes's hot chocolate and the cookie decorating
Oh, that's
kit.
kind of cool.
Yeah.
During Christmas time, it's bourbon.
Oh boy. So yeah.
Yeah, we had the eclair.
It looked really good.
It was really good.
It was so good.
You know, I usually don't like eggnog very much.
I was gonna say this is the
But-
second eggnog thing you guys had.
The eclair was very good. It was nice and cold, which made it nice. And
Was there a cream filling in there?
it was
Yes.
eggnog.
Oh,
It
I
was like
see,
a
okay.
pastry cream inside, and then it was topped with the green white chocolate situation, which gave it a very interesting texture because it's a puff pastry eclair. So it did make it a little bit, I don't know, I wouldn't say doughier.
Heavier.
But Robert thought it was like just a donut kind
It
of situation.
looks like a donut. Yeah.
But it's just a round eclair or a Paris-Brest is a type of French pastry that is modeled after. I think that it's like has something to do with the Tour de France. So then, it's round like a wheel, and then they'll split it and fill it with cream. But eclairs in a round situation are not like a new novelty thing.
I was going to say with eggnog, I usually don't love eggnog. And sometimes, and even this one a little bit, eggnog kind of tastes like a refrigerator. Like, you know when you have like water that tastes like a refrigerator? Like it kind of tastes like that to me sometimes.
So I'm not familiar with the process of making eggnog, and I really want to, but I almost feel like it's a borderline fermentation thing.
I think so, too,
And then they
yeah.
add brandy and stuff to it. I need to find out.
I went to make buttermilk waffles the other day, and it's basically you add vinegar to milk, and
Yeah.
it's basically fermenting the milk. So I was like, oh, okay, I get it.
Yeah.
So I wonder if eggnog's the same, if it's like a buttermilk process.
Because it has eggs in it.
It has the nog.
Has some nog.
Oh my gosh.
Definitely can't forget it.
And yeah, I don't know. I'm a big eggnog fan.
I love eggnog. Yeah.
So this one, I think it's perfect for sharing. It might be a little bit much if you try it because the thing is huge.
Really?
It's not it's not like a little like sipper.
No, it's a good size.
That's good.
I was actually very impressed at how much there was in there. But yeah, we super recommend it. What do you think of the horchata?
The horchata fudge is good. I don't know where I saw this, and I don't think it was at the booth, but for some reason I think the square of horchata fudge you get. I think
It's
the girl had
huge.
said something. She's like, "Oh, it'll last you a long time," and I guess it's huge, like relatively.
It is huge.
But like, it's very much you could eat it in one sitting. Like, I don't know.
No,
like,
you can't.
I don't know how fudge is supposed to be consumed.
Not
So
in one
it's
sitting.
probably 3 by 3 inches, and for some
That's
reason,
a very large piece of fudge.
so for some reason, I think it's 24 servings. I don't know where I'm getting this number, but somehow in my mind, I got that it was 24
How
servings.
could you possibly cut that in 24 pieces? So,
well, so
carefully.
most pieces of fudge.
Like, if you were to get one serving of fudge, how big would it be?
So, like, I had someone send me fudge. Because, okay, so fudge is generally condensed milk, which is just sugar and milk that is boiled down, and then melted chocolate, right? And then they'll put various things in it. But, I mean, that's really, at least from my understanding, I've made fudge once. It was delightful, but I was very aware of how much dairy and how much sugar was in it. And it's just extremely rich, like no matter what. And so when we did cut them, they're generally like a
bite size.
bite size situation. And so you have, I don't think that 3 by 3 was probably like a 24 serving thing, but it was probably like a 6 serving.
I think we didn't get the s'mores frozen chocolate milk thing because we were just sort of, I at least was thinking that it probably be a little bit like the
float.
Yeah, that we got at the other booth, and I was just like, meh. And I mean, we did get Wes a milk, but that was because it was convenient. So yeah.
The next booth is the Merry Mashups with the turkey and stuffing tamale with cranberry relish, which is for Navidad. Lox and everything bagel nachos, which are for Hanukkah. And the hot cocoa marshmallow macaron, which is for Christmas. Also, the sparkling wine punch and the holiday punch with lime, sherbet, and Sprite. So the sparkling wine punch is...
There's just a non-alcoholic and alcoholic version, it seems.
And I regret not getting this because... Did you get it? You
No.
didn't like it?
Here's why I didn't get it. My aunt has been making this drink at the holidays since I was born.
Same here. We had it all the time. We had a pineapple one.
We talked about getting the sparkling version because typically it is non-alcoholic at the family affair, but we never ended up
Let's
going
just
back.
make it here next time.
Yeah, let's totally do it. Okay. We had the 2 food offerings.
We had the tamale.
We just had the tamale.
Okay. David freaked out when he saw the Lox and everything bagel nachos, and he can speak for himself.
It's
but
probably my favorite thing.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
I was interested in it,
Well,
but
he loves Lox and bagels, so
I like it. I wouldn't say I love lox,
He does.
but I like it.
I told you that we should have gotten it if you wanted it, but then you never really wanted to commit.
Yeah,
And
I mean, there's other stuff I'd rather have.
Yeah.
So, and I don't like Lox and bagels all that much, but I did enjoy it. It was very good.
I think it's probably my number one favorite thing at the Festival of Holidays.
Were the lox smoky?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it tasted like
Not a-
Spaceship Earth.
Lox fan at all.
Turkey and stuffing tamale. I feel like it was okay. I kind of feel like maybe ours was a little bit dry.
I felt that ours is really good. Robert did note the lack of stuffing.
Yes.
Where was the stuffing?
I think it was
On top.
built. I don't remember. Do you have a photo?
Well, if it was like the
thought that
stuffing
was
in
the
the macaroni and
gravy.
cheese one, it's more of a topping.
No, it's on the. No, yeah, it is on top. I guarantee you that's what it is.
Oh, is that what that is? I thought that was because that looks like a mirepoix
that's it.
situation that you would put into a gravy. I didn't realize that would have been a stuffing.
I mean, I'm not saying it's a good representation
Yeah.
of stuffing,
Yeah.
but it's
no stove top.
yeah,
I remember
but
really liking it, and I
do-
don't like cranberry sauce, but I liked it in.
But I will say the turkey, in the tamale, the flavoring could have been a little bit better. Like, I don't know, when I think about turkey, I want it to taste like Thanksgiving dinner or that type of turkey. Like,
juicy dark meat.
yeah, it doesn't have to be dark meat, but basically the way the skin tastes, you know?
Sure, yeah.
Did you think it was dry?
I didn't remember thinking it was dry. No.
Did you think it was, Inthia?
No, I didn't find ours to be dry,
thought
but
it
I
was a
could
little
see
bit.
that happening.
Yeah.
I remember you not being really a fan of much at the booth.
Oh, I will say though, actually, I'm gonna agree. It was a little bit dry. When I was taking bites, I needed to have the gravy and whatnot with it.
Yeah.
Which sometimes I think that's one thing with mass producing tamales in general, because the masa is already so dry. And then in the corn husks, it's
Yeah.
I always think about the mass production of tamales because I know of it as a 24-hour like process, but then I'm like, people are churning them out at restaurants all the time.
Yeah.
Are they doing that? Like,
oh, probably.
I mean, some restaurants I feel like they do. Like, there's the Nicaraguan restaurant on La Brea that we get from Mauricio sometimes, and they do it. Like, it takes them 24 hours to do it.
Right.
But then, like, yeah, if you're going to like Disneyland to get a tamale, they're probably not doing.
I don't know sometimes what their thought or approach to some of these like traditional foods that aren't, I guess, American, if you will. Not American, that's not the right, you guys get it. Like, it's culturally different than what is
So is a tamale usually cooked in the husk?
Well, yeah. So the chicken will be cooked separately. Whatever the filling is cooked separately. But then the masa it's just like a cornmeal. It's not cornmeal because it's corn flour with like with lard usually and whatnot. And so that is a dough. I'm gonna say
that's what I would call it.
Formed around it, and then they roll it in the husk, and then they put it in a basket in a pot and they steam it.
I love me a tamale, but this one was a little dry for me.
I will say though, I did enjoy the flavors. I know Robert has a different expectancy of the turkey taste than I do. I don't like when things taste overly. I don't even know how to explain what I'm trying to say. Sometimes I don't want to taste meat.
Sure.
Shall we move on to the next booth?
Lettuce.
Booth number 7 is Winter Wonders with the pumpkin soup with maple cashew cream, which is Christmas. The chana masala with grilled garlic naan, which is for Diwali. And the vanilla and cranberry trifle, which is also for Christmas. Beverages are the pomegranate lemonade.
All right, let me jump in here.
Please do.
So when they're pouring this pumpkin soup,
oh god,
I thought it was going to be the grossest thing. It just looked so gross.
Did you guys see him pour it?
I don't think so.
It comes out of a pitcher, and it looks.
I was
it
on
looks
the
very
side,
inappropriate.
so I did not see it.
It's very thick and just
It's
clumpy.
like out of a pancake dispenser.
Yeah, that's what it reminded. You know,
And
when
then-
you go to
Yeah.
to IHOP,
Yep.
I was about to call it International House of Pancakes. By the way, just by its
For those that don't know,
Proper.
the government name for it.
So it looked so gross that I saw they just had like a ketchup squeeze bottle full of the cream that they put on it, and then they put a few little seeds on it.
We were
and then they
horrified
give it,
the
so they,
whole
and then they
time.
give it to us. It's my favorite thing I had throughout the whole all the festival. I loved it.
they're like, you know what? Why don't you just eat it because it's good? Okay.
Because she pulled it out of this thing, and I was like, is it cold? And then she opened it, and it's like smoking, and it's like glug, 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 glug into the... And Robert's like, oh my God.
So I feel cheated because I didn't experience any of this because obviously David and I split, and I'm like on the side grabbing napkins with Wes, like probably trying to make him eat something else or whatever. And I missed this.
It's so funny because
I'm
like
dying at the
now that you say it,
description.
I saw it and I was just sort of like I remember in the back of my head saying, "No, that's weird."
You would have thought it would be like a ladle situation with a pot, but it was like she's just like dumping it into this cup, and then just a squeeze bottle, and then the sprinkle, and then we had it, and we're like, this is delightful.
I think, and that might have been when I forgot it because I saw them doing it and I was like, "That's weird." And then we're getting all together, and then we ate it, and I was like, "I don't know, it was good."
It was so good.
It was I was trying to figure out without reading apparently what the cream was, and the maple cashew cream. The whole thing was good. Oh, and it's vegan as well as gluten friendly.
It was a pleasant surprise. And
Yeah, it was like
you
the
guys
dark
said,
horse.
Right, you guys said you may not have gotten it. I feel like we kind of got it sort of last minute too for some reason.
And the next booth is the blissfully braised with the braised pork belly adobo with garlic fried rice, and the cornbread cakes with braised collard greens and smoked bacon gravy, with the beverage of the blood orange ginger mule.
Pork belly being Christmas and cornbread cakes being Kwanzaa.
Yes.
Well, let's start from the top. What did you think of the first one?
Pork belly, we went back for
always
seconds. Yeah.
I'm always in when there's pork belly and garlic.
For some reason, I don't know if the second one we had was better.
It was
than
better.
the first one we had.
It was.
Because, when we got it, I was like, this is really good. Like, why don't I remember this as well as... I remembered we'd had it, but it was, like, ridiculously
So you
I
got,
think
so
it
you
was a
got
little
TB.
more fresh.
TB.
Two bellies.
Two bellies in my mouth. Two bellies. But yes, the braised pork belly was delightful, and the rice is so garlicky and
It's
yummy.
apparently milk friendly. When did this become a thing?
What does that mean? No milk?
They're
No.
friends with milk. They must know the
think-
Horizon folks pretty well.
So if things are gluten friendly, that means...
It's not gluten free. It's just if you're...
Right, if
Sorry,
you're
I
looking...
just got your joke.
I thought maybe I was like, I don't know. I thought it was okay. No one heard me.
No, I ignored it.
As I'm talking to you, I'm like, I can just imagine like the big old like cow just comes over to shake its hand.
That's better than what I was thinking. I was thinking of like anthropomorphic booths like walking around together and hanging out.
I can't.
So milk friendly means there is milk in it?
I don't really know. Yeah, that
So-
doesn't make... It seems like a strange note to
So
have.
gluten friendly means that it's
gluten-free.
Gluten free. So if it's milk friendly, I would assume
It's
It's
lacking in
right.
lactose?
If you have a milk issue,
it's
this
lacking.
is free of that.
Yes, but it's prepared around things with
I see.
milk,
So got it.
which is the same with the gluten friendly. Still prepared around items with and shares equipment
So
with
it's not
items that have.
completely free, but it's close to free.
Yeah,
It's not an ingredient in the piece, but it's
Got
not.
it.
It's
Okay.
not prepared exclusively away from
I'll
these things.
accept it. But
but
it's
the
an
kid
odd-
friendly. It's not
It's
made
prepared
with
around
children.
But see, then it doesn't it...
That was your joke, my dear.
That was so good. Though. So the second thing was...
Oh, the cornbread
cornbread
cakes.
cakes.
Yeah, that one, we thought it was okay. I think we had it, we walked around a long time with it before we ate it. So it was on the colder side, which made the cornbread not so good. I thought that the bacon and whatever was on top was...
Collard greens.
Collard greens was still pretty good, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, we grabbed that and then went to go get the queso fundido. So I don't think we ate it in the prime moment we should have. I will say I'm not a big fan of liquid smoke flavor.
Okay.
And I found this to be overly smoky, but I realize now it says
Tasted like
smoked
Rome
bacon.
burning.
I mean, I love smoked bacon, but it just was a little too smoky.
So when I got the blood orange ginger mule, they were out of the rosemary sprig that adorns the top.
It's a blessing.
Is that the thing you got?
Yeah.
I don't think I liked it that much. Did I?
No, you didn't. Because Robert doesn't like
I don't
ginger.
think it tasted like blood orange anything.
No, it wasn't. I
It
thought
just-
it was delicious.
Yeah. But it wasn't a blood orange, if I
I felt it
recall.
was more gingery than
Yeah.
anything else. And then my one. So I thought it had to have a sprig of rosemary, so the rosemary leaves are still attached to the stem. No, these are free floating, like a generous pinch of rosemary. So every single sip I took, I was spitting out
Yeah.
rosemary leaves.
That's strange.
So I felt that was a very interesting choice. I don't appreciate
not how you would
it.
have prepared it.
No, because I'm
You
just
felt
like
that was
having a
little bit-
lovely night with my husband while I'm like,
Or they had
It's like
sprigs, they'd
eating
run out and they were
sunflower.
just like shaking in
Well,
the
I was gonna
cup
say they
that-
were out, right? And they just sort of went.
yeah, pretty much. I mean, that's not wrong. But overall, I really did enjoy this. But it's also, I love heavy ginger flavors.
I feel like I liked it, and I don't really like Moscow mules, but the flavor was really good. The blood orange
was
flavoring.
lacking. That's all. It was good, but I just didn't feel that there
It
was
tastes
a
like fruit
component.
punch almost.
I will
but yeah.
say that ginger floats on top, and if they had put a rosemary sprig in it, you could use that rosemary sprig to stir it and get that rosemary flavor and mix everything together.
I wouldn't know.
But, instead, I was just trying not to choke on rosemary. It was still delightful, though.
Yeah.
Next booth is Grandma's Recipes.
This was a very popular booth. I feel like the line was always, maybe not long, but there were always people in this line.
The food offerings were beef pot roast on a potato roll with horseradish cream, candied yams with marshmallow cream and toasted pecans, and a gingerbread Mickey, all brought to you by Christmas.
I was going to say, unless I'm going colorblind, these are all green.
The beverages, it was all beer, it seemed. There's a hard pear cider, a watermelon lime, hibiscus, and cayenne brew, an orange, a Belgian style white ale. I think maybe, is Ghost of Fresca, is that?
I have no idea what that is.
And then there was a boysenberry and raspberry sour blonde ale. So sounds sort of close to an IPA. We had all
those are sour.
Oh no.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, like when you have a Sour Patch, not Sour Patch, like a Warhead.
No.
Yeah, I've had that once. I took a sip of someone's. I did not enjoy that at all.
Yeah.
They did offer a flight of all of the beers that we did not have. We had all the food offerings, and we had the watermelon lime hibiscus and cayenne beer, and it's Town Park Brew Company Goes Fresca inaugural launch. That's the
so
notes.
it's their first time.
Yeah. It was pretty good.
Yeah, I think I wanted it to be, you know how if you have a flavored beer, the flavor is pretty strong, which sort of makes it stand out. This was very lightly
But in a
noted.
good way, because if you think about those flavors, David wanted to try it, and I was pretty surprised because the lime and the cayenne, to me, totally take that off of your table typically. But you wanted to try it, and it was good.
Yeah, it's good. It's a darker beer. It's a darker style beer. When I saw watermelon, I thought, oh, it'll be a lighter, crisper beer. It's not like that. It's like a lager almost. But yes, it was very good.
The beef pot roast on a potato roll was good.
I thought that was wonderful.
Yeah,
really
I
good.
really enjoyed
we
that.
got seconds of that.
One of
yeah.
my favorites. Mm-hmm. And I love horseradish.
I do too.
I'm okay on horseradish, but this was really good.
This was good.
Oh, I enjoy a good horseradish. I thought they could have increased the horseradish to the sour cream that they put in it. But I was very impressed at how much was in it, and I actually felt that it was very appropriate. I think as a personal note, I would have probably had a little bit more, but I thought it was a good balance.
I was almost going to say I feel like maybe they stayed away from it because it is very much like a strong flavor that not everyone loves. But I also don't know if that's the case because I feel like with other food offerings, they really went heavy. And I'm like, oh.
So our serving had excess horseradish on it that kind of went onto the sides. And the next booth coming up, we ended up getting the latkes for that. And I actually ran the latkes through the horseradish cream. And it was possibly my favorite combination as well.
The candied yams with marshmallow cream and toasted pecans. It wasn't bad, but I'm probably not the best person to ask. I don't mind yams, but I don't love marshmallow cream. And I feel like I just couldn't not taste it, so I'm just probably not the right person.
I thoroughly enjoyed it.
Yeah.
They were kind of crispy on the ends and stuff like that. So
browned.
It was very well prepared, I thought.
Nice.
Yeah.
And it tasted really yummy.
And then we did get the gingerbread Mickey. I love
exactly
me a
what it
good
sounds like.
gingerbread cookie.
On to the spicy celebrations. This is where we sort of touched on and teased earlier that there were some spicy items at the festival, starting with the Nashville fried turkey with dill pickles, and that is a Kwanzaa dish. Then there's the jalapeno latkes with chipotle crema which is a Hanukkah dish, and the chocolate chipotle pot de creme, which is a Navidad offering. And then they have the pomegranate margarita with chipotle smoked sea salt half rim. I loved the hot fried turkey. When we had 3 tabs left, and we were like, we have to go back. What are we gonna get, and all that stuff. The first thing on my mind was the hot fried turkey. Now, obviously, I did say that the lox nachos was my favorite dish. I knew she didn't like it. I was pretty sure she was into the hot fried turkey, so we did go back and get that seconds. But wow, was it spicy
I
the
did
second
love
time.
it. But yes, this is where, and I do think it was just the second time. So
I don't
again,
remember it being that
going
spicy,
back to how and when and the differences of people's handling and food and temperatures and all of the things. Obviously, they're going off of some recipe, but geez Louise, the second time it was so spicy.
Yeah, they were scraping the bottom of the pan for
and
our
it was
serving.
so good. I mean,
I don't know that for sure. I'm just
so
saying.
good. But geez, that second time around,
Yeah, we really need that white bread.
Yeah, we did also get the jalapeno latkes.
I love
with
them so
chipotle
much.
crema.
I love those as well.
They're so good.
It was good.
It's hard to do a latke wrong, I feel like, and these were great.
Well, then you put jalapeno and chipotle.
And then I really like that apple crisp on the top.
I feel like this could have been like in the mashups because I feel like that dish alone is like Hanukkah, Navidad met and made a beautiful lifelong.
That's like me and Inthia.
It is. It is like us.
You're like the
It really
jalapeno latkes
is.
of people.
I did get the pomegranate margarita several times.
Oh, okay. I stared at it for a while, and then I
Several
decided
times.
not to get it.
Several times.
It was not a half rim too, because I could not find a place to take a sip of that. I don't like a salt rim, but half
Let
rim.
alone a chipotle smoked sea salt
It
one.
was a complete rim.
Yeah. No, it was really good. I enjoyed it.
Are we on to the next booth?
Yes.
I want to read one.
Oh.
Please do.
Well, I can't pronounce any of this.
Number 11. Do you want me to do it and you want to do the last one?
Yeah, I want to do the last one.
Okay. So, booth number 11, a twist on tradition, which has pozole rojo with hominy, polenta.
Why didn't we let him at least try?
I know.
I think I would have pronounced it right.
Sorry.
The chickenless mole with Spanish rice. Both of them are for Navidad. And the Black Forest Yule log, which is for Christmas. Beverages are the winter michelada and the Modelo Negra dark lager.
We didn't have anything from here, did we?
No.
Same.
We didn't either. If I had known that the pozole had the hominy polenta with it, I might have gotten it, but I didn't, and I didn't. That's about it.
Take us home, Robert.
Well, we've reached the end of our trip through the Festival of Holidays. And the final booth was number 12, Winter Sliderland. The food offerings included roasted turkey slider with cranberry sauce, represented by Christmas. The holiday stuffing mac and cheese, represented by Christmas. And then we have milk chocolate candy cane pot de creme. Creme.
You went too fancy. It's just pot de creme.
Pot de creme. Christmas also. Beverages are Frosty. What is that? Frosé?
Frosé, I think. Frosty.
I can see you holding the wine glass by the stem and just being like, Frosty.
It's a Frosty. Frosty Fleurs de Prairie Rose, blue Caraco, and white cranberry juice served frozen. And then you have Oscar Blues Brewery Old Chub Scotch Ale.
Oh my god. Of course, Robert ended up reading the beer called Old Chub.
Well, isn't that what it is?
It is.
Which which I was very disturbed by when I had to order it.
Give me an old chub on the rocks.
I don't believe I called it that when I ordered
Probably
it.
just ordered it by the brewery. Like,
Yeah, I was
get
just
the
like,
Oscar
let me
Blues.
get the beer.
The ale.
The beer.
Well, let's talk about the food first.
It's a frosty frosé.
Yeah, the frosty.
The slider I really liked because
Yes.
that's pretty much how I eat Thanksgiving dinner anyway.
Yes, the slider was very good. A little bit heavy on the cranberry flavor, but I still really liked it. I thought it was very good. Unfortunately, it was too hot and the bottom bun was a little bit too soggy to hold in your hands, so we had to cut it and use a
We
knife
did
and
have
fork.
to, yeah, but I don't mind it. It's good. I really
Were you able
enjoyed
to pick it up?
Yeah, I don't remember having that issue.
It wasn't like Hawaiian bread, right? It was like a
No.
roll. Oh, it felt like that. I mean, ours was really hot.
And the holiday stuffing mac and cheese we liked, and even Wesley really liked.
Oh, I loved the macaroni and cheese. In fact, that comes close to being my favorite thing of the whole thing. I will say I did like their stuffing in quotations on top, but
It wasn't much.
yeah, I'd rather have. I wanted real stuffing mixed into it.
I got the frosty frosé. I got so excited because I like rosé. I like sparkling. I kind of imagined this like delicious, beautiful pink
It's
drink.
blue, right?
I know, but that's not what I like. I literally stopped reading. I saw frosty frosé, got so excited, and was like, "I'm gonna go get this."
What is frosé?
It's like a slushy.
It's like a frozen rosé.
That's what I would have
Frozen
guessed.
rosé.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and it is. However, I stopped reading, and it had the
Blue curacao.
Yeah, and
Oh, is that one? Okay.
I was just so disappointed. It was one, not what I expected, and two, yeah, I was just too sweet. It was just so sweet, and I guess, again, makes for like a pretty picture, but even then I really just envisioned this like beautiful pink frozen rosé, and while that I guess was the base of the drink, I just didn't keep reading.
Yeah.
And I got so excited, and then was so disappointed.
Oh, it sucks.
Yeah.
It's a bummer.
We did have the beer as well. David ordered it, and it was pretty good.
Nice.
Dark beer, but good.
And that just about rounds up.
Yeah, that's Festival of Holidays.
Oh, the weather outside is frightful, but the fire is so delightful.
So let's quickly talk about some of the other holiday things we experienced. Real quickly, we stopped at Carthay Circle, and Inthia got a beverage from there.
Yeah, I got their sleigh ride, which is their holiday drink.
What's in it?
At the so if I'm remembering correctly, it is vodka, Saint Germain, lavender syrup, cranberry puree, and some sort of citrus. This tastes heavily of citrus. I was a little bummed out.
Oh, everything
But-
sounded good.
I know. I was.
I thought you liked it.
I liked it. It was good. I thought it was great. However, it was much more citrusy than I
Was
expected.
it more of like
to
a
be.
summery drink?
I wouldn't say that necessarily, but I would say it just kind of tasted like I was drinking like a lemon martini or something.
And what did it come with?
And it came with a very hypnotically beautiful snowflake made up of Mickeys that lit up.
Cute.
Ooh, fun.
Very nice. And I also noticed on the menu they had an eggnog float.
Oh, you guys didn't get it.
No, we didn't. I did not have the TB for another eggnog or another anything at the moment.
Sure.
So, what other holiday things
Well,
were
we
there?
teased it on the last episode, but we finally went back and got the torta at the Paradise Garden Grill.
How was that?
So good. I was
was
like, I
good.
want to go back and get a second one.
It was
Excellent.
good.
Even the roll, which I feel like is so easy to mess up on a torta, was great. So good.
Awesome. Good.
I tried the peppermint churro. I think there's one other churro I may have tried.
Gingerbread? Do they have a gingerbread churro?
Maybe. And then the marshmallow dipping sauce. I do like, and I don't love marshmallow, but I do like the marshmallow dip. But the peppermint, the candy cane churro was delicious. But I also am just a sucker for peppermint candy cane things. So that's the only reason I even ended up trying it. It was really pretty and it was good. And then, I got the peppermint fudge from
that was good. I took a
Pooh's
bite of that.
Corner, and that was so good. So well done. And then other than that, I just love the good old peppermint ice cream at Gibson Girl.
Nice.
Was there any holiday stuff at Jolly Holiday, or was it just Mary Poppins special?
No, they do have. I got the eggnog cheesecake. They also have a chocolate brownie that has frosting on top. So it's essentially like a chocolate cupcake and a bunch of presents. And our friend Alex got that, and she very much enjoyed it. They also have a different cupcake. I don't know what it had on it. It was just their seasonal cupcake. I think that might be it. But I really enjoyed that eggnog cheesecake. The cheesecake was much more eggnoggy, and then it had like a sweet cream on top that I think offset that eggnog.
Is that the one where it had something kind of like hard on the bottom, like a
the
crust?
crust? Yeah, it had like a ginger graham cracker
That would be
crust.
amazing.
Yeah, that one was really good.
It was good. It was really, really good.
Did you see the Bengal Barbecue now has a holiday? It's called a Jingle Whip, or
Excuse me, what?
yeah.
No.
Hold on, hold the press. This is as of recording. This was, I believe, just came out today.
The new Jingle Julep.
Jingle Julep. I'm so sorry, not a Dole Whip, a
Can
Julep.
you show it to me?
It comes with a pretzel in it.
No. Oh my gosh, it does. What is this?
It's a new holiday offering as of this recording.
Let's see, it says Jingle Julep at Bengal Barbecue had us at Cookie Butter Bottom.
Cookie Butter Bottom. That was it, and I was like, I need this.
I do love cookie butter.
Here it says frozen white hot chocolate with cookie butter bottom and a pretzel stick.
That sounds delightful.
Mm-hmm.
Well, on that note, anything else Christmassy that you want to say before?
Well, we did attend the Light Up the Magic holiday party at the lot.
Yes, at the Walt Disney Studio, we went to the Christmas party. It was a very fun time, very crowded.
Yeah.
Mickey, Minnie, Goofy was there.
The food was
Donald
kind of
there?
meh.
We did see Donald. He had switched with Minnie in her photo location.
Okay.
Yeah, the food wasn't the best.
I really liked my fried chicken, and they also had bread and butter pickles, which they never have. So I actually ate my pickles, which I don't usually do.
The portion size was good, especially for the price.
The winter sangria that I had was delightful.
Oh yeah, they had the, what did they call that area? It was just the Nightmare Before Christmas bar area, really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We did end up getting the chocolate peppermint martini.
Oh, we did. We went back and got the chocolate peppermint martini.
and it
It
was
was
good.
actually really good.
Nice.
I don't like martinis, so we stayed away from it the first time. The second time, it just tastes like good, like a peppermint chocolate milk almost.
Yes, it was a fun time. Walt and Mickey had Santa hats on.
That's
from
right.
the partner statue. And
And so did Roy and Minnie.
Roy and Minnie, that's right. My brother Roy.
And it snowed.
It did. Every 15 minutes, I think.
Yeah.
Down Mickey Mouse Lane.
And there was a lot of plaza and
A lot of photo ops. Oh, yeah. That guy kept saying plaza.
There was a train ride.
Oh, yeah. The rides were free for kids, so Wes got to ride the train at the carousel.
You had to pay if you're an
Food
adult?
trucks. Nope.
No.
And yeah, there were food trucks there and all that stuff. It was a good time. We had never been, Suzanne and I had never been before, so it was a nice little thing that we got to do.
Yeah. Well, we hope you enjoyed traveling through the Festival of Holidays with us and the other Christmas offerings that they have had at the park, what with this episode and the previous Christmas episode. We hope you have a Merry Christmas and a Happy Holidays and all that sort of thing. And
I was going to say, if anyone knows of some of the holiday treats, post them below so that we can see.
well, on that note, where can we find you, Inthia?
You can find me at Remain Seated Please on Instagram with you fellas.
Very nice. And Susie?
You can find me at A Little Sprinkle of Disney on Instagram.
You can find us at Remain Seated Please on Instagram, or Remain Seated Pulse, that's PLS, at Twitter, and Remain Seated Please on Facebook. If you have a favorite holiday treat that we didn't mention on the show, leave a comment below and let us know. And on that note, I guess we'll see you next time. It'll be actually next year. This is our last episode of the year.
Is it?
It is.
It is.
That's it for 2018.
Well, Happy New Year!
In a couple weeks, depending on when you listen to this.
Happy New Year!
And if it's past the new year, I hope you're having a lovely new year.
Yeah, and
Happy
all of this
Year!
information is outdated.
Exactly.
Don't go asking for any of these things. Because they will look at you like you're crazy.
Bye.
Ho, ho, ho!
From all of us to all of you, Merry Christmas.
There. That wasn't so bad. Was it?
I'll see you all a little later.
You may not survive to pass this way again.
Time to be moving along.
Hurry back.
And barrel around to see us again.
David does not like
Shrimp.
Like
if somebody's like, oh, come on. You all right?
What happened?
I think her foot slipped off of something, but it sounded like something blew up.
I've killed this podcast. We're done here. You don't like shrimp?